Hey everyone, how y'all doing today? Shinjoy here. I'm here to bring you some Mechwarrior online gameplay and tell you a little bit about the game. It's a game that I started playing back in closed beta. Played it up through the beginning of December. Left the game because I was pissed off at developers and the direction that the game was going. Saw some recent gameplay of it. Came back to it. Been playing it a couple of weeks now. That's why you haven't seen anything about Rift going on. I've been into Mechwarrior Online again. The game at its heart is big stompy robots blowing the hell out of each other. It is a slower, more tactical based play as opposed to Hawken, which is very Twitch based. There is no respawn in the match during a match. Once your mech gets destroyed, you are out to the end of the match and you exit the match and start a new one. The game can be played solo or with friends. With the group play, you can play in groups of 2 to 4 or 8. So you can have a group of 2, 3, or 4 play together, or you can have a group of 8 play together. If you have 5 friends, someone's left out, unfortunately. That's the way the game currently is. If you play 2 to 4 people playing together, then you'll be playing in what's generally known as kind of pug matches, pickup group matches, which is both solo player and group play. If you decide to play in the 8-man matches, 8-mans are highly competitive. You better have your stuff together when you're playing that. You better know your mechs and loadouts. You better have mechs that complement each other. You better know tactics for different maps. You better know defenses for stuff that other people are going to be doing. Things of that nature. Now, there are 2 game modes when you're playing. You have Assault and Conquest. Assault, 2 opposing teams, 8v8, start at opposite ends of the map from each other on their bases. 2 ways to win: blow the hell out of the other team or capture their base. My recommendation: blow the hell out of the other team. Yeah, a lot of times you can capture the base without fighting them, but guess what? You get like no experience and no money for it. You get more experience doing damage and blowing up mechs than you do capping a base. Now, capping a base is a valid tactic in my mind. When you're, say, losing, a lot of your team has been destroyed and they got a good amount of the other team left, go for the base cap to win it for your team, obviously. But just starting out at the beginning, rushing straight for the base, I don't think that's really a good way to play the game. I mean, we're here to freaking blow up robots and shoot each other, not to sit on a base and cap it. The other game mode is Conquest. Conquest is kind of like a capture the flag, capture resources type deal. They have 5 points on the map, 5 areas on the map that you stand in a box, you capture that area. That generates points for your team over time. You reach a certain amount of points, you win. You can also win by blowing the hell out of the other team. It's up to you which way you want to go. Both ways are valid in that game, in that play style. Now, if you're a solo player, you want to get in the matches quickly, it's fairly easy. Start up the client, log in, and it's as easy as once you get logged in, there's a button up in the upper right corner that says launch. Hit it, wait at most a couple of minutes, bam, you're in a match. It's that simple. When you first start out, you're going to be playing one of 4 trial mechs. These are mechs that you will always have access to all the time. You have to play you don't have to, but I recommend playing your first 25 matches in trial mechs, or maybe you do have to play 25 matches in trial mechs. It's been a long time and I was past that point when they added it. But needless to say, I recommend playing at least your first 25 matches in the trial mechs. At the end of those 25 matches, you get a lump sum of money to buy other mechs and equipment with. Play each one of the trial mechs a few times to find out what you like. They're in the 4 different classes: light, medium, heavy, and assault. And that is in order of weight from 25 tons up to 100 tons. try them out, see what you like, learn a little bit more about the game, visit the forums, visit the new player section in the forums, visit the mech builds and loadout section of the forums. The community in those sections are generally really helpful. There's a lot of good information there. If you're into more of the team play aspect and you can't get any of your friends to play, or maybe it's just you and one or two other guys that are playing, I recommend getting on one of the various TeamSpeak servers that are out there that are free to get on and play with people. The TeamSpeak communities are really nice. It's a really great community. They're always looking to help out new players. It's so helpful, in fact, that you could hop into one of the TeamSpeak servers, drop down to almost any channel, and say, hey guys, excuse me, I'm a new player. Do you mind if I play with y'all? Do you mind if I hang out? Could I ask y'all some questions? 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, oh yeah, man, what do you need to know? Yeah, you can hop in with us, come play with us. And you'll be rolling along, make some new friends, learn a hell of a lot more about the game than you would playing it solo. Now, the two biggest servers that I'm aware of to hop on TeamSpeak comms with and get to know people is the North American Comstar server and the No Guts No Galaxy server. The information for both of these servers can be found on the forums. Pretty simple. There's also a European Comstar server for those of you that are in Europe, and it gets a number of people in there. Now, that isn't to say that the Europeans can't come on the North American server. More than welcome to, and a lot of them do. I play in a Mechwarrior. I'm on the North American Comstar server myself. You can find us underneath the Merc Corporation section under Hardcore. Drop in, say hi to them, say, hey, Go Tiger sent me over. I watched this YouTube video, wondering if I could hang out with you guys, find out what the game's about. Everybody will be real cool. Go Tiger is my handle that I use in Mechwarrior Online. You could drop in just about any channel there, and the people will be helpful. And just about all the Merc Corps or any other area has both North Americans that play on that server and Europeans, Australians, New Zealanders. It's very diverse. So don't be afraid just because you're maybe in a European, New Zealand, or Australian time zone or something like that of hopping on the North American server. There's also an international section all the way down at the bottom. If you have a specific language that you would prefer to speak over comms, you can check down there. The mechs themselves in this game are highly customizable. Getting back to the mechs, you can change all the weapons, ammo, internal structures, heat sinks, engines, paint jobs on them. All of that's fully customizable to make your mech your own, so that it's comfortable with the way that you want to play. Whether that's as long range support as a sniper or missile boat, whether you want to be a striker using hit and run tactics, whether you want to be a scout, whether you want to be a brawler getting in close range, a couple 100 meters and fighting it out like I do throughout most of this video. You can always find a mech to fit your playstyle. And the game's tons of fun, man. If you like a more slower based playing, as opposed to hawking, this is a game for you. I mean, you can't beat all these explosions and stuff. Now, the game can be a little bit difficult to get into initially. It does use tank kind of movement, similar to World of Tanks. Mouse controls the turret, WA keyboard controls your leg movement and such like that. You got a bunch of stuff that you're going to need to learn when you're first starting out.